Hello, good friends. I am glad to be in your company once again. I am Professor Nagy, the author of the book Winsome Environment and Public Speaking. Today our topic is World Leaders and Corona. We should, in the beginning, try to understand what we need today in this critical juncture. Hence, we need songs, rhymes and rhythms. They give us joy, they inspire us, they unite us. And these things we need in modern times to accomplish our goals. And by using this popular method, some leaders have won over people to their side and they have won in elections. You'll ask me to give an example. Yes, Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, is the glaring example who used this popular method of song, rhymes and rhythms and won the election. What did he sing? During his election campaign, he sang the rhyme, "Hi friends, hi, let's talk over a cup of chai. Let's talk of India's age-old culture with its grace, all worldly nurture." Then you'll just ask, can you give another example from Western countries? Yes, it's Donald Trump. Of course, Donald Trump during his polls did not go on singing rhymes, but his name is rhythmic. To know how much rhythmic the name of Trump is, we have to listen to a Scandinavian folktale, a folktale of northern Europe. Long ago, there were 3 goats in a jungle village, the big goat, the middle goat, and the small goat. Every day, they walked on a wooden bridge and crossed the river to a jungle. They grazed twigs and leaves and came back happily. But one day, when they were coming back, there was a problem. A giant was lying in wait under the bridge. It wanted to swallow the 3 goats. First, the little goat came on the bridge, trippity trip, trip, trip. Then middle goat came, trappity trap, trap, trap. Then the big goat came, trumpity tromp, tromp, tromp. When the little goat and middle goat came, the giant went to them and wanted to eat them. They requested the giant, don't eat us, you'll get less amount of meat. A big goat is coming behind us, wait for some time, you'll get a great volume of meat. Your stomach will be full and will be happy. Then the giant allowed the little goat and middle goat to go away from that place. Then the big goat came, trumpity tromp, tromp, tromp. The giant went near the big goat and expressed its intention to eat the big goat. The big goat said, "You can't eat me, I am stronger than you." Saying so, he pierced his horns through the stomach of the giant, and the giant fell down dead on the riverbed. Friends, trumpety tromp, 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 trumpety tromp, 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 trumpety tromp, Donald Trump. This rhymes with the second line, trumpety tromp, Donald Trump. So we understand by suggestion that Donald Trump is as strong and as big. Actually, he's the strongest man in the whole world. He's the president of the most powerful and prosperous country in the world, America. On the world stage, some leaders were gathered. We are the audiences, observers. We looked at the world stage, the activities of the great leaders of different countries. And we are thinkers, we are pandits, we are scientific persons, we are common people of different callings. What did we watch? On the world stage, there was harsh noise, there was arguments. What were they arguing for? They wanted to show their supremacy. We know that Trump is the strongest man in the world, America is the most powerful country, but 5 to 6 countries, they did not agree with that. They told that we may not be as big as America, as powerful as America, but we are nearly as powerful as America. And China told, I'm more powerful than America itself because I have a red army, I have weapons, I have warships, atom bombs, and I'm very rich because I have a large number of manufacturing units and I have a large number of supply chains. So I am most powerful in the whole world. Then Putin, the president of Russia, told, no, 50 years ago, there was a Cold War between America and Russia. At that time, the heads of America and the heads of Russia were bracketed. We are equal. And at that time, our Indian, Modi did not tell anything because our culture had asked him to be humble, to stress peace, to stress realization, to stress yoga. And when this cacophony, this harsh noise, these arguments were going on, hot arguments were going on, at that time, suddenly the observers, the audience, marked silence in their faces. This silence, what the silence was about? The silence was because the pagan goddess Corona has appeared on the scene. And at that time there was harsh noise, but it was a harsh noise of empty words. It was a harsh noise of bravado, but this harsh noise, it was exhibiting nervous behavior. This harsh noise expressed inconsistent words from the mouths of different leaders. And at the time, Trump said, oh, Corona goddess, you cannot do us anything. Corona goddess is a metaphor. Oh, Corona goddess, you can't do anything. We can inject disinfectant into our people and you can't do us anything. And we have got a very powerful military. They will drill you away. China told, oh, Corona goddess, you have done nothing to us. Only a few people have died. It hid the number of its death. And at that time, the Prime Minister of Britain fell down senseless. He was buried and he was hospitalized. Actually, he was affected by Corona. And at that time, what was Modi doing? Modi was sitting down in meditation, trying to have communion with Mother Nature. Dear friends, we talked among ourselves, the audience talked among ourselves. There were pundits, there were thinkers, there were scientific persons, people of different calling. I wanted to come to a conclusion. What was the reason? What do you understand from the whole scene? They told that. And how this Corona goddess can be driven away. They told that the reasons are three. First, the jungles, in the jungles, the elephants, the insects, the viruses are peacefully contained in the jungle. Once the jungles are cut down, then they come out of the forest. They confront with human beings. That is the first reason. That is how the viruses come out. A second reason is when there will be a lot of pollution in the city, coronavirus will spread faster. Actually, we have seen that it has spread faster in Delhi, London, New York, but it has not spread faster in the rural areas. Third point is that in cities, the people are leading an industrial life. They are leading a mechanical life, a luxurious life. And in that lifestyle, you have less immunity. People do not have immunity. So, coronavirus attacks most of the people in cities. Let us find some scientific corroboration to what we audience talked among ourselves. Actually, there is a particular scientist. He's a professor in Virginia in environmental science in the United States of America. His name is Thomas Lovejoy. Thomas Lovejoy is the godfather of biodiversity. In 1980, he coined the word biodiversity. He said that coronavirus has come upon the earth come upon the human habitation because man is infringing on nature. And he said that in every year 3 to 4 very dangerous viruses are born in the jungle because human beings have cut down the forest. They are disturbed. They are likely to come to human habitations and cause disease. And they are likely to cause more dangerous disease than what corona had caused. So we got a scientific corroboration here. Another scientific corroboration about pollution is that there is a scientist, his name is Jason. He's working in the Institute of Cold Spring Harbor Laboratory in New York. He said that smokers will get corona easily because smokers, there is pollutants enter into their body, and because of those pollutants that have entered into their body, the level of ACE2 protein increases, and ACE2 protein helps the virus to enter into the human cells. So we have already got nice scientific corroborations. Dear friends, I am telling you, when we are talking in this way, in this fashion, another person from the stage asked the audience, why was there coronavirus, Spanish flu in 1980, which killed 130 million people? There were 1,500 million people on the earth at that time. At that time there was jungle. And at that time people had immunity. So why did Spanish flu come? You are not right. He challenged us. Actually, the answer is that we can get the answer in the thesis of Thomas Malthus, the political economist, who was born in 1766 in England. He said that nature has a peculiar habit. It is trying to control the population on the earth, human population on the earth, so that they will not exploit the resources too much. There will be balance. And to effect that particular goal, nature is controlling the population by war, misery, and pandemics. And therefore, there was a pandemic in Spanish flu. But why the pandemic did not come in 1970, 1980, when the world population was 4,000 million, 5,000 million? Here the answer is, nature's time scale is not 5 years, 10 years. It may be 50 years, 100 years, 2 years, 200 years. Nature was waiting. Nature was thinking that the human beings should do well. But the human beings didn't do well in the meantime. So it created catastrophe in the human habitation. The catastrophe was also created by nature in 2002 when SARS came, 2009 when swine flu came, but we ignored that catastrophe. And because we ignored that catastrophe, corona came to us, and it was a very great catastrophe. And if you ignore it, then 10 times more dangerous than corona will come upon the earth. So how can you solve this future viral threats upon the human world? We can stop it by taking up the challenge of corona and climate together. But what we find, all the governments in the world are imposing lockdown. They are only talking of corona, that we are fighting corona. But not a single world leader has given this statement that we are fighting corona and climate together. Actually, corona is the suburb of the city. The climate, environment degradation, that is the center of the city. Broadly speaking, we can say that the suburb of the city. So broadly speaking, corona is same as climate. And if you don't tackle it together, then corona will be coming again and again. Once a corona comes, the world loses $20 trillion. India lost $500 billion, $500 billion. If after 4 months it will come once again, we cannot afford another $500 billion. But all the leaders are anti-environmental during this corona period because there is lockdown, they want the public protest. So they're taking it as an opportunity. The Canadian Prime Minister, the Canadian Minister told now will allow that pipeline of gas and petroleum through the dense forests. Will cut down the forests because there is no public protest at this time. The Brazilian President Bolsonaro, who asked the question to us about Spanish flu, he told he is now cutting down Amazon. Once Amazon will be destroyed, the whole humanity will be destroyed because it's the lungs of the earth. It supplies 20% oxygen. It removes so much of carbon from the atmosphere. Now, our Modi ji is planning to dig coal mines 10 times faster than what India was doing earlier, to make up the loss which we incurred during Corona. That is not good. Once they dig coal mines, 100,000 trees will cut down. I know it from my personal experience in my province. Suppose our India government gets a profit of $10 billion, but they will lose a lot of money. There will be locust attack. Locust attack was there in Punjab and Rajasthan. And there will be hurricanes. One hurricane means $10 billion, $20 billion we have to spend. And there will be irregular climate. One famine is there means the government will spend $30 to $40 billion from its pocket. And one corona means $400 billion. So to get $10 billion, we are spending $400 billion. This is not a wise accounting. In this accounting, we only look at the $10 billion, feel happy. That is not the thing. We are actually penny wise, pound foolish. So our first message is that we should not be penny wise, pound foolish. Our second message is that we must stick to 4PC. I talked about 4PC in my third episode entitled Our Environmental Studies, its mnemonics. That is population, pollution control, plantation, permaculture, solar power plants, conservation of natural resources and biodiversity. We'll stick to it. And number 3, we must not think that we are befooling nature. If you think that we are befooling nature, we have already been befooled by nature. Nature has made a fool of us. And we should never think that we are conquering nature. If we think that we are conquering nature, then nature is dealing such a heavy blow to humanity that humanity is reeling in pain and kneeling down before Mother Nature and Corona. Dear friends, I will therefore tell you this is my message, and we'll meet next time in our talks.